Still a very stormy night across the Midwest. I'm Paul Emmick. We'll take a look at every bit of that, even talk about weather and some of its implications on your health in just a few moments. Let's talk about implications on our night, first of all, including the stormy weather, a severe thunderstorm warning into Winona County, Minnesota, also across Wisconsin, like around Oneida, and also Vilas County, Decatur County, Iowa as well, many counties across Iowa, Iowa County, too, with a severe thunderstorm warning, also across portions of Nebraska, into Saline and Seward County. Severe thunderstorm warnings. Big line of storms pushing east through our region around 30 miles an hour across Nebraska. And a severe thunderstorm warning just issued for Mackinac County in eastern upper Michigan, like around Curtis here in the next few minutes. As we're expecting to see these storms pushing through. The wild thing about these, the cell that's kind of moving through Mackinac right now, moving big time, fast moving east at 60 miles an hour. That thing is just howling on toward the east. That's where the worst weather happens to be, right there across the Midwest. A few showers into Florida and a real lack of rain for the west, which of course we know that's causing way too many problems there with our dry conditions. Chance of maybe a scattered storm or two in the short term across parts of Florida, but the severe weather risk, that's going to be right across the Midwest. The most imminent threat, of course, we'll still have a severe weather threat into our day on Tuesday, but the most imminent concern still across parts of the UP and Michigan, like in toward Marquette, also across northern Wisconsin, a risk of severe weather plus a prime risk of tornadoes in this region. Also, severe thunderstorm watch remains in effect. Parts of Wisconsin, Illinois, Iowa, even Missouri and Nebraska. A small portion, but still that risk of severe weather hangs on. Could see some incredible winds and even the chance of some very large hail. There's some of the storms. We'll look at those up close here in just a moment, but even extending southward, parts of Nebraska looking at the storms, even a few cells into Kansas of note. Now, the rainfall that's been north of Detroit, no big deal, just a few showers. But the big problem has been like into the UP and across Wisconsin, some of these storms of note, too. But to the north, even a bit north of Rhinelander now, some big storms are still fired up, pushing on to the east of Eau Claire now. Twin Cities, we're okay. This line of storms really kind of firing up. Look from Dubuque coming in towards Cedar Rapids here the next few minutes. These cells are pushing east around 25 miles an hour or so as well, the 25 to 30 mile per hour range. So get ready, even on toward the Quad Cities and then in toward like Rockford, as this line may weaken a bit, but as it pushes our way, still could produce a lot of rain and the lightning as well. South of Des Moines, that's where things are kind of hopping presently across bits of Missouri. A few storms are kicking up in the northwestern section now, and a couple of storms here into central parts of Kansas. We'll take a look at those coming up in a little while as well. Now, rainfall across the Southland, pretty quiet, a few scattered sprinkles, a few just offshore of the Carolinas, and a little light, wet weather kind of fading away across parts of Florida. A little quieter night like around Daytona Beach, a few sprinkles, and even South Florida. We're doing okay. Nice night hanging out in South Florida toward Boca and toward West Palm as well. In the west, a little wet weather may add up, a little accumulation for us. Parts of Montana, just a little drizzle. Not all this report even hitting the ground that's coming down around Denver. Northeast, very dry. Might pick up just a little wet weather in the up parts of upstate. But other than that, pretty quiet night, except for the Midwest. That's where things are still stormiest. Quick look at our temperatures now. We're at 74 for New York City. A little cooler by 1 degree toward Boston. Sticky night, 83 in Chicago, but we're at 66 in Los Angeles. There's the morning, looking at some wind across the Midwest. More storms, too, right on through the evening. Stormy weather for Kansas City and St. Louis. Even Chicago could be wet just a little bit longer. Now, a quick look at weather and your health. The tree pollen running a little higher, especially into Nebraska. Not incredibly high, but a bit higher. Also some into parts of Maine of note. Kansas and Nebraska a little higher with the mold spores, too, if you're kind of sensitive, know about that. And very high with the grass pollen, parts of Kansas and Nebraska. Weather Center next, but first, some details from Ashley Russo.
Today's ounce of prevention, springtime and preventing bug bites. If the bugs just seem to swarm around you whenever you step outside, we've got a tip to help you stay bug bite free naturally this spring. Plant some herbs. The citronella that's used in bug repellent candles actually comes from a plant, and plants such as lemongrass and pennyroyal also repel bugs. Simply pick a few fresh leaves and rub them on your skin and clothing whenever you go outside. You can also use extracts or essential oils of these bug repellent plants available in health food stores. These oils should be diluted with a few drops of almond or jojoba oil before you apply them to your skin. Just be sure to wash away any remaining oils that could cause irritation if left overnight. It may be just what you need for a more enjoyable spring outdoors. For Prevention Magazine, I'm Ashley Russo.